The new weight loss drugs, Ozempic, Wegovy, that kind of thing, have got me thinking about portion control because that's how they work. They make it virtually impossible for people to overeat, which is all well and good for people who really need them. They're breakthrough drugs and I applaud them. But for those of us who don't need those kind of things, but we just want to control how much we're eating, what do we do? So my first thought is that in the last 20 years, portion sizes have gotten huge. So think about a bagel. They used to be 3 inches across. Now they're closer to 6 inches across. So instead of 140 calories, you're getting 350 calories. Or a simple cup of coffee with milk and sugar was 45 calories, and now it's 16 ounces, and it's a mocha coffee, and it's 300 calories. So everything's gotten bigger. Pasta, pizza, even salads have gotten bigger. So what do we do? Well, there are two things that we want to try to figure out in order to key into our own hunger cues. Number one is what you're eating, what is on your plate. And number two is structure of how you're eating, time of day. So let me start with number one, the what you're eating. Now, you've heard me say this a million times, so I thought what I might do is just tell you what I had for dinner last night. Not that I'm always so virtuous, but I popped into the market on my way home from work, and this butter lettuce looked really good, and I thought it was a nice change from my usual greens. So I got butter lettuce and this beautiful little Persian cucumber and an orange, which I cut up into little slices, and then I toasted some walnuts, and I cut up a couple of dates and some Parmesan cheese. And I drizzled it with olive oil and a little vinegar. This whole thing took me 5 minutes, and it was a fabulous salad. And then I walked up the street from the market and I picked up some white bean soup. I wish I could say that I made it. I did not, but it was delicious. It was white beans with carrots and celery, and it was great. So I had bread on the table, but I didn't eat any because when you eat like this, you're satisfied. You find your stopping place. So that's really the first thing. The second thing is meal structure and meal timing. So that varies from person to person. So let's just say you might eat 3 meals a day, or maybe 2 meals, a late breakfast and an early dinner, or some people want a snack in between. All of those different permutations can work. You really just have to find out what works for you. Now, what doesn't work is grazing, a continuous stream of eating throughout the day, or too long of an interval between meals, which can result in excessive hunger and then a trigger to overeat. So, in terms of back to what you're eating, one of the things you want to be careful of is those hyper palatable foods. Like, sushi comes to mind. You go to sushi and you order something that's sugar, fat, and salt, and it's very easy to overeat. These hyper palatable foods trigger that reward center in the brain, and that can drive overeating. So if you want sushi, you might want to have, edamame first in your salad, that fiber that creates a sense of fullness, and then choose the kind of sushi that maybe, doesn't have the, what do you call the tempura or the terribly sweet sauce. So you can do it. You just have to be kind of conscious of what are your triggers and what kinds of foods make you satisfied. So listen, I don't mean to make it sound really simple and really easy, because it's not. We all struggle with eating the right amount, even if it's the right food, including me. But if you focus on the what you eat and the when you eat, the how much will fall into place. And that is smart eating.